What if I told you that every single event in your life, the good, the bad, the unexpected, is not random? What if there is an invisible law that quietly shapes your reality based on your state of consciousness? This isn't just philosophy. It's an ancient law known as the law of cause and effect. And once you fully understand it, you will realize why your life is the way it is, and more importantly, what you can do to actually change it. In this video, I'm going to break down fully how you can understand this law so that you can stop living at the mercy of your effects and start being the cause. So let us get into it. So let us start with the basic thing. What is the law of cause and effect? Now, the law of cause and effect is one of the hermetic principles or the universal laws that actually govern nature. So this law goes beyond the physical world. It goes even in spiritual and mental planes. And the law of cause and effect simply states that for every cause there is an effect, and for every effect there is a cause. So this means that nothing is random. Everything follows this law. So nothing can unfold in of itself. So once you understand this law of cause and effect, you will rule out the idea of coincidence, that things happen randomly or just like that. There is that quality of causes and effects. Okay, once you've known the definition, we move to the next point, which is you've got to understand that your inner world creates or shapes your outer world. So what do I mean by this? So maybe you've come across what we call the mirror principle. Now the mirror principle simply states that as above, so as below, as within, so as without, or what we call the law of correspondence. So simply meaning that your outer experience or the physical world which you experience as events, as relationships, as outcomes is simply a reflection of your internal state. So your internal state is comprised, or when I say state of consciousness, this is what I mean by the word state of consciousness, is your internal objects. So states of consciousness are your thoughts, precisely to be predominant thoughts, emotions, beliefs. So those are what we call states of consciousness. So the predominant thoughts you have, maybe you have thoughts of fear, thoughts of anger, feelings of sadness, apathy, or certain beliefs. Those are the things which shape your internal state of consciousness. And through the internal state of consciousness, your external world is created. So the internal state of consciousness acts as the cause. So your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, how you feel most of the time acts as a cause. And then what unfolds in the outside world or reality is what we call the effect. So remember, the effect cannot affect an effect. What do I mean? If there is something externally in your world right now, maybe you are jobless, maybe you are experiencing toxic relationships every now and then, maybe you feel stuck in some sort of place that you are currently, that is an effect. It is already manifested. So you can't try to change an effect with an effect. The only way to change an effect is through what? A cause. So I want you to look at what has already unfolded in your external life, and then instead of trying to take physical action to change it first, I want you to realize what is the cause, what has caused this effect to manifest. Because the internal does what? Mirrors the external. Okay, that is another fundamental aspect about the law of cause and effect that you need to be able to know. The other part is this: you've got to know that we have what we call unseen causes. Now people complain that they keep on attracting toxic partners, they keep on feeling stuck at a certain point or parts in their lives, and they wonder what is the problem, what aren't they doing right that is making them to stay stuck on that specific position that they are in. Now, I want you to realize that we have what we call unseen causes. Now, unseen causes have to do with subconscious mind programming. Now, once you are born, or once a child is born or enters this realm, now a child enters this world as a new computer. Let me use that analogy. They are as a new computer. Now, when you have a new computer, the computer cannot function, it cannot work unless you do one thing: you install programs. So you install Excel, you install Publisher, you install Word, you install databases, all those things. So once you've installed all the programs, the computer can run, and the computer will run according to the program it is installed with. So when children are born, they're like new computers. So they start learning, they start observing. So depending on where a child is born, the child will pick up the parents' behaviors, the child will pick up the society's behaviors, the child will pick up what we call the societal norm. So that is when the child's mind is becoming programmed. So as the child grows, they define themselves based on their childhood experiences they went through, based on what we call societal conditioning. They create their identity based off societal conditioning, upbringing, trauma, all those things which happen to them as they are growing. Okay, so these programs enter the subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind is different from the conscious mind, meaning that the subconscious mind works at the background. What do I mean by it working at the background? By it working at the background, it means that you do certain things without you being aware of them. For example, how many times have you walked out of the house, and once you are maybe outside there, you start to ask yourself, did I or did I not lock the door? Because once you are walking out the house, you always lock the door. And when you repeat something so much, your mind captures it, and then your body learns to do that activity more than your mind. So you find that you do that action of closing the door unconsciously. So when you're walking, you ask yourself, did I lock or did I not lock? Or maybe you've gotten used to brushing your teeth or washing your face as soon as you wake up. So when you wake up, you don't even think about it, you just do it. That is what we call subconscious programming, and it happens because of massive repetition. So the more you repeat something, the more it becomes subconsciously programmed. Okay, so once children are growing, once we grow, we pick up things unconsciously and they get stored in our subconscious mind. So once you realize that you have unseen causes, you look at the effects that they have been bringing into your life. I want you to observe whether you always attract similar partners, toxic relationships, you always end up feeling the same ways. Maybe you're battling a lot of things. All those things stem from what we call unseen causes. So once you realize that the effects are there, then what happens or what follows is very, very crucial. And this is where the main part of the video comes in. And if you are not even following, I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to say next. And what I'm about to teach you is how to use the law consciously, how to use the law of cause and effect consciously, because the law of cause and effect is always at work, meaning you are always creating and shaping your reality. It's just that some people are aware of the creation they are making and some are not, and majority of the people out there are not aware that they are actually creating, or they are creators. So how do you now use the law consciously? The first point is awareness. I want you to bring awareness to the effects that are already in your life. Look at every aspect of your life that you feel you don't like or you'd love to see it improve. So once you observe the effects, then that will guide you to look at the causes. Ask yourself, if this has always been happening, if this is happening, what are my thoughts? What emotions do I accept as being true? What beliefs do I accept as being true? Remember, beliefs which you accept as being true become true for you. And that's why I normally say that the truth. Some people say that this is the absolute truth. For example, in the case of religion, some people might say that Allah is the only God. Some say that Jesus Christ is the only God. Others say so on and so forth. I say this, and this is what is true. It is proven by ancient traditions. It is proven by psychology. And the truth is never objective. It is always subjective. And the reason why the truth is subjective, it's because it depends on the perception of the person. Now, we are all living in this world, but we live in we all live in this planet Earth, but we live in 8 billion worlds, because each and every person has their own unique experiences, has their own unique subconscious mind programming, or how they perceive the world. Okay? So, start paying attention to your current results and then look at what causes them. So, by doing that, you will come to realize that you have certain limiting beliefs. You experience or you think certain thoughts all the time, or you feel certain emotions most of the time. So once you realize them, now it is your job to do what we call subconscious mind reprogramming. And this is very essential. There cannot be any long-lasting change if you fail to do the subconscious mind reprogramming. So many people say that there are problems in their lives, and then what do? They now go about trying to do what? Taking action. They see that they are overweight, and then their first answer to that problem is go to the gym. Going to the gym is indeed going to make you lose weight, but you will not stick to the habit of going to the gym if you've not addressed the cause. You might be going to the gym, but in your mind, you are still an obese person. You might be going to work and working very, very hard, but in your mind, you have scarcity. You have certain limiting beliefs. So you first got to become before you can be. Before you can be rich, before you can become rich, you need to be rich. Before you can become confident, you need to be confident. Okay? So that's why I'm saying you need to bring awareness. And then do the subconscious mind reprogramming. And how do you do that? This is how you do that. Now, I want you to analyze two things. What you believe to be true about yourself and what you believe to be true about the world out there. Now, after you do that, I want you to create beliefs that you want to start embodying. And you have to simply decide it. Everything is simply a matter of decision, of choices. So once you decide the beliefs you want to embody, then you do what you call the self-reprogramming cycle. And this is how it works. So let's say I want to create the belief that there is abundance. I want to create the belief that I am capable of creating, there is abundance, and things are always unfolding. So this is what I do. And this is how the mind simply works. Whenever you believe something to be true, your mind will always look for proof of that thing being true. If you believe you're a bad person, you will always encounter events whereby you feel you're being attacked. You feel that people are coming at you. And it might not even be the case. It might be that someone is actually pointing something you need to address, but simply because you have that belief that you are a bad person, or you are incapable, or you are unworthy, or there is scarcity, the external world or your mind will find proof in the external world. And once your mind finds proof in the external world, that belief no longer becomes a belief. It becomes a conviction. You become convicted that this is the truth. And conviction is knowing. Belief is doubting. To believe in God is to doubt whether God exists or not. But to know God exists, there is nothing beyond knowing. And that's why we are moving away from belief and you are coming into knowing. You have to simply know. You know the truth and the truth will set you free. You don't believe in the truth. You know. Knowingness. So, this method can be used in two ways. The first way, you can use it to create the beliefs which you want by affirming those beliefs and consciously making a habit of looking for proof externally. So for example, let's say I want to create a belief that I am a very great YouTuber. So I post a YouTube video. When someone likes, when someone comments, I use that as a feedback mechanism to say that see, this is actually a true thing. I am this and that. You can also use it counterintuitively. Let's say there is a belief you want to break or do away with. So you do the same process but negatively. So let's say you want to cancel out the belief that there is scarcity, or you want to cancel out the belief that let's say you are afraid of something or something is not actually true. You find negative evidence about that thing and affirm that negative evidence to show that this is not who you are. It's all a matter of perception. All a matter of perception. And actually the main thing which I'm teaching you is to actually operate from a higher state of knowingness and a higher state of perception. Meaning that instead of judging the world, events, people negatively, use those circumstances to create your own state of consciousness or your own world. So if things happen the way you did not want them to happen, say that this thing said to happen because God was saving me from so and so. I did not get that job because God is planning a better job for me. That person played me because I only attract loyal people, and simply because they were not loyal, God did away with them from my life. It's all a game of perception. So guys, let's do a quick summary. I talked about the law of cause and effect, which says that every cause has an effect and every effect has a cause. I also said that the inner world creates or shapes the outer world. And also I said that there are what we call unseen causes. Go and study your unseen causes. Know what causes what you experience. And then do the subconscious mind reprogramming. And don't forget that before you can become, you need to be. Before the physical world shows you the proof, or before the physical world manifests to you what you believe to be true, you first got to embody it within you. And if this video has been of help to you, please just like this video. I dropped gems. I was a beast on this video. Maximum aura for me. Drop a like, subscribe, share this video to people who are struggling with the same results in their lives, and God damn it, stay safe, stay blessed, and stay awakened. Ciao. Peace.